In 1995, the Worms franchise was growing at an alarming rate. Its developer, Team 17, was eager for their next project. At that time, the Zelda franchise was the definitive game for the adventure genre around the world. It created a new norm that made the players become attached to the characters and gave a satisfying feeling when conquering puzzles, and Team 17 wanted a take at that genre as well. So today, we'll be discussing the RPG adventure game, Witchwood. Now, Team 17 is a British game developer best known for their creations Worms and Alien Breed. They're also known for their work on the Amiga as well as their smooth, detailed graphics at the time. With this in mind, Team 17 sought out Ocean to assist in publishing their new project. It was initially set to release for the Amiga and the PC, but soon moved to the Saturn, PlayStation, PC, and Atari Jaguar. An ex-employee of Team 17 has been quoted that at the time of working on Witchwood, they were also developing Spare's Legacy, which was an action-adventure that was released for the Amiga in 1996 and was very similar to The Legend of Zelda. Now, Witchwood was also similar in design to the Zelda series. It was an overhead adventure with an unnamed male protagonist as the playable character. You were to travel to different towns, solving issues, clearing out dungeons, collecting monetary units, which in this game seem to have been green gems similar to rupees. There were also inns and shops where the players could buy items for later use. Now, this is purely my own speculation, but the NPCs in the tech demo of Witchwood refer to the protagonist as Sire. Now, I can only assume that the protagonist was to be some type of high lineage of royalty in the game's timeline. Now, unlike our elf-like warrior Link, this guy actually had text in the game. There's also a mention of a witch with evil powers, so it's likely that this was to be the main antagonist. Witchwood was only discussed once in the November 1995 issue of the UK's PSM, and was planned for an Easter of 1996 release date. A user by the name of Halifry at the Beta Archives found and uploaded some rare footage of Witchwood's trailer. In many of the images and videos that have been leaked of Witchwood, you may notice that the game looks completely different. It was said that many platforms for which the game was supposed to be released on, the game was going to look very different from the others. While the game did look somewhat promising, it just didn't seem to have that easier movement flow that Zelda had in its games. The character just seemed very stiff during movement. Now, I know this is early beta or even alpha footage, but it looks like the game was pretty far ahead of development when this tech demo was made. Images from the Amiga port of Witchwood also show a dog with the player, so I'm not sure how that was going to play a role in the game, but still interesting nonetheless. Near the end of the tech demo, there's also a quest where the hero must save and escort a little girl to safety, or so it seemed, so there may have been a different variety of quests in this game. Now, the reason for this game's cancellation is yet unknown, but speculation has it that Team 17's publishing partner, Ocean, decided to drop the game due to Spare's commercial failure. It didn't feel comfortable taking any more risk with Team 17. Despite the cancellation, the game's full soundtrack has since been leaked by its composer Bjorn Lin, and even a playable demo was leaked online a few years ago by Cult Games. Martin Brown posted some information regarding cancelled and unfinished titles on his blog on March 30th, 2007. And had this to say about this unfinished title. A promising fantasy RPG that rolled on and on before it was clear that the team was never going to finish it. There's some conspiracy that the title was canned because another Amiga title, Spare's Legacy, arrived in town, but that's nonsense since Witchwood was a PC title at the time. It was very disappointing actually. Bjorn actually released an album of the music he did for it, and if anything, something good did come of the project. Like a cluster of projects around that time, all suffered since Worms got all of its full focus, and looking back, it's fair to see why. Now, apologies for the short video, but sadly, that's all we know of Witchwood. Thank you guys for watching, and while you're at it, check out my other videos of unreleased games. I'll see you all next time.